Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? So, I was just sitting here uploading my hour-long drama video that I filmed just a few minutes ago. Still having to go outside and pick up all the lip glosses that I threw into my bushes and my mulch. And I had such a fun time flipping fans and whatever. I even got a little heated and we counted my swears in that video. So I came inside and I was uploading the memory card to my channel. And I was like, okay, so like let me get on social media and see what's going on. And I started getting flooded with DMs from people saying that Rosanna Pansino had come out with a statement about Colleen Ballinger. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. Okay, let's see what she has to say. So I went and read the statement and I was like, okay, wow, like this is, you know, interesting. She addresses on there why she didn't come out sooner and address it. The first heart underneath there is from Trisha Paytas. So Trisha Paytas is obviously, you know, happy that Rosanna Pansino came out and spoke. Of course she would be because she was just on her podcast and things like that. So for those people out there that will say, Peter, nothing that any of these people ever do is enough, whatever. I'm very, very happy that Rosanna Pansino came out and spoke about Colleen Ballinger. I'm very happy that she finally addressed the reasons why she hadn't spoke about it sooner. I don't, to be honest with you, and I said this in my last video that I talked about her, and I don't plan on talking to her a whole lot more after this, because unless she comes out and has further things to say about Colleen Ballinger, I don't know a lot about Rosanna Pansino, okay? Other than the research I've done since I made my first video about her. I know that she was in several videos, like 6 to 10 videos with Colleen Ballinger. I know that she had a personal relationship with Colleen Ballinger. I know that she says in here that her nephew interacted with Colleen's son and things like that, and that she went to birthday parties of Colleen Ballinger, she went to premieres of Colleen Ballinger's, she went to Christmas parties with Colleen Ballinger. So, Rosanna Pansino even comes out in this tweet and says that she had a personal relationship with Colleen Ballinger. She talks about her nephew being friends with Colleen Ballinger's son and things like that. So for all the people that came for me in the previous video and said that Rosanna Pansino never had a personal relationship with Colleen Ballinger, I'll accept your apology in the comment section below. Because Rosanna Pansino, she even confirmed that herself. Okay, so let's get into this tweet that she put out. And the tweet is from 3/12. Okay, so this is like an hour old. And she said on here, hold on a second. She says in here, I'll put the tweet up here somewhere so you guys can see it. The whole situation makes me feel sad and breaks my heart. I'm still processing my feelings. I do believe that the behavior was inappropriate, mean-spirited, and I no longer communicate with her. So here what she is saying, she is 100% validating that the actions of Colleen Ballinger were, in Rosanna Pansino's words, inappropriate, mean-spirited, and as a result of that, she no longer communicates with her. So she has ended all ties with Colleen Ballinger as a result of what happened, okay? She then goes on to say, I found out when everyone else did. So she found out when all of the stuff came out. Adam McIntyre made his video and things like that. Perhaps even later. When the news broke, I was traveling out of state to finally pick up all the things my dad left for me after he passed away and to help my mom go through more of his belongings. It was emotionally exhausting. I was not online much at all because I was focusing on my healing with my family, and I'm so sorry for that. Having lost my mother, my aunt, my uncle, many close friends, I really feel for you, Rosanna, and I do believe that the grieving process is individual for each person. I have made entirely dedicated videos on my Peterisms channel and talked about my grieving process at length on my vlog and things like that. It's something I take very, very seriously. Okay. Because there are people in here that are saying that she's using it as an excuse. And like I said, I don't know Rosanna Pansino. A lot of the comments underneath here are really highly supportive of her. And there are people that are saying, well, now you're only coming out with this statement because you were scrutinized about the Mr. Beast thing. You apologized. You took down your apology. You retracted your apology. I'm not getting into all that. I don't know enough about that to talk about it. Okay? So I'm not walking into that lion's den enough. Again. But a lot of people are saying, and I'm not going to really have a lot of opinions about this if you want to know the truth. Okay? Because I don't know enough about her. And I've learned my lesson on speaking on her and about somebody that I don't know a lot about. So, but a lot of people in the comment sections are very, very supportive of her, obviously, right? And saying, thank you for coming out and speaking about this, and on and on and on. Because she talks about peer pressure in here, and she talks about people peer pressuring people to make statements. And I think she's kind of directly talking to people on Twitter saying she needs to come out and speak about Colleen Ballinger as a result of the Mr. Beast thing, but also drama channels, because drama channels have been talking about that in the coverage of the Mr. Beast, Rosanna Pansino situation. The thing is about this is that, I said this in one of my videos, that if I had been receiving messages for months, okay, about Rosanna Pansino's friendship with Colleen Ballinger, then she had to have too. So I don't know who she's directing the peer pressure thing to. I'm a drama commentary channel. I'm going to hold people accountable and call people out when I see it, okay? And that's what I do over here. So it's fair game for anybody that I talk about on my channel, okay? I think that more people need to come out and talk about their relationship with Colleen Ballinger. And I think, in fact, had more people come out and spoke about Colleen Ballinger previous to this, the victims wouldn't still be getting as many death threats as they're getting. They wouldn't have to move. A lot of them are going to college, and people are seeing them in their classes and saying things to them. You know, a lot of them are just trying to live their lives, and they're walking down the street, and people are saying things to them. The more people that had friendships, working relationships, or were friendly with Colleen Ballinger, that had any kind of relationship with her at all, that come out and take a stance like Rosanna Pansino did today against Colleen Ballinger and say that there is nothing right about what she did, okay, to their audience of millions and millions of people. Rosanna Pansino has an audience of 14 million people. She did videos with Colleen Ballinger, you know? Not just one or two, like people said in my comment section. She did like 6 to 10 videos with Colleen Ballinger. She went to premieres, she went to parties, on and on and on. She had a very personal relationship with Colleen Ballinger. She says it in this comment, in the statement. So, if more people like Joey Graceffa came out and spoke about her, okay, not in the last 6 minutes of a video like Daniel Prada, and said, I'll do better in the future. People are like, I've got a lot of comments that people say, well, maybe more people would speak out if you hadn't been so hard on people like Daniel Prada. That's my job as a drama commentary channel, is to tell you guys the truth, to give you my opinion, and to hold people accountable, okay? Here's another one for you. Daniel Prada said in that video that he would do better, and he was just in James Charles' video comment section saying that he had seen such emotional growth from him. Daniel Prada, do you want to come out and do a dedicated video about why you distance yourself from Colleen Ballinger, but you still hold James Charles to this high regard, and you think he's made such emotional growth? In 2 years from now, will we be hearing you say the same thing about Colleen Ballinger and not addressing directly the victims and how they were hurt in this whole situation? Yeah, trips to Italy are more important to you than finding your new next boyfriend, right? And still riding the coattails of your last one. So anyway, she comes out and says, I found out when everyone else did, perhaps even later, when the news broke. Oh, I already read this part. I have not said anything publicly for a few reasons, and I'm really happy that she addressed these different reasons. She goes on to say, 1, I do not have any new information or insight to add. I never personally witnessed that kind of behavior, wasn't aware of it, nor did I participate. My memories of our time together were with family, and was very wholesome. She had a very personal relationship with her. So my nephew, and this is where I will love to see, because I got eaten alive for coming out and talking about Rosanna Pansino, and people said she didn't have a personal relationship with her. Rosanna Pansino is coming out and said she had a personal relationship with her, okay? I even gave factual evidence in my video, and people still came for me in my video. Am I bitter about it? Yeah, I am kind of bitter about it, if you want to know the truth. We'll see how many apologies I get in my comment section from people coming over here. The same people that came to my video because they were such fans of Rosanna Pansino. Rosanna Pansino is coming out and saying she had a personal family relationship with Colleen Ballinger. I said it in my video, I got eaten alive. Are you going to apologize for me for saying something that Rosanna Pansino has now come out and validated? I hope so. I hope that we're going to show that same energy. Since you held me accountable for it, I hope that we're going to show that same energy, okay? So she said in here, my nephew adored her son and they loved playing together. So she took her nephew on play dates with Colleen Ballinger's son. Obviously, I don't support or condone the behavior that was made public. So any of the evidence that the victims have spoken about, anything that has come out, she does not support 100%. She makes that very, very clear. And I'm really appreciative that she is doing this, right? Like this is so important, because to her entire audience and those people that know her with Colleen Ballinger or know that she was friends with Colleen Ballinger, people are going to be like, okay, well, if Rosanna Pansino thinks this way, and maybe I was kind of on the line, then the victims, I have to give them my support because Rosanna is giving them my support. This is important. The more people, if Joey Graceffa and all these people that were really close with Colleen Ballinger, okay, and did collabs with her and had personal interactions with her and called her their best friends, if they would come out and speak about it, the story would not die, which is what Colleen Ballinger wants. People would keep on talking about it. She would force to come out and have to address it at some point, you know? And then the victim stories would be taken more seriously. It is very important. So I'm very happy that she came out and addressed it. She then comes out and she says, number two, I feel that the most important thing in the situation is that the affected people's voices are heard, which I believe they now are. I believe they are too. But they're heard louder when there is validation behind them coming from people that knew Colleen Ballinger, okay? Because when there are people that are supporting her, just like people want to know, how does James Charles still have a platform today? Because there are people that are supporting him. There are people that have never come out and spoken against him. Can you imagine if tomorrow, Manny, Laura, Joey Graceffa, Daniel Prada, all these people that, you know, in the industry that have sort of Lipstick Nick, Jaclyn Hill, if all these people came out and said, I can no longer support James Charles because of the allegations, and he proved in the Cosmopolitan article that he's still doing the same thing. I don't support that. I won't be supporting his products, and I don't support his brand anymore, nor do I think that he should be on YouTube, and he needs to take some time off and really evaluate himself and the choices that he's made, and he really needs to work on himself. Can you even imagine if those people came out and spoke about it? James Charles wouldn't have a career tomorrow, okay? Because it would give validity to the two victim stories that this was so serious and James Charles hasn't changed his way. It is important that these people come out and talk about it, okay? My husband's about to walk through the door. She then said, I like to hear both sides when possible. While it's easy to jump onto the side of public opinion, I was hoping for some sort of apology or explanation at some point, which hasn't happened. It's been 6 months. Colleen Ballinger hasn't come out with an apology. And I'll tell you right now, when people want to say, well, when they come out with your statements, you don't accept them because you say it's a little too late. I understand why she came out at this point and said it. I hope I understand it. I'm taking her at face value. Colleen Ballinger, it has been a little too late. She still needs to do it, okay? Just because it's a little too late doesn't mean that you don't still take accountability and address things, okay? She needs to come out with it and address it. She then finalizes this by saying, I hope people come to understand that peer pressuring others to speak on issues before they are ready can be unhealthy. Please be mindful that everyone processes emotions differently and at different speeds. My timeline is not someone else's timeline. I am learning that I tend to process things slower, and that's okay. And you're absolutely 100% right, Rosanna. People do process things at their own speed, and it does take sometimes people longer than it takes others, and at slower speeds. I totally understand that. I validate that, okay? But while you want to say, I hope people come to understand that peer pressuring others to speak on issues before they are ready can be unhealthy, what I would also like you to know is that I hope people come to understand that people not speaking out, okay, about problematic people on YouTube allows them to continue to have continues to have careers and continue to have platforms that they have abused in the past to hurt people. I hope people come to understand that as well. So anyway, let me know what you think about her statement in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my hour-long video. Bye.